I think you 100% know why I'm here. And no, it has nothing to do with the rest of YouTube doing this, okay? I heard about this before that, as everybody did, if you're into memes and the internet. How could I not play this? I mean, come on. Come on. Before we get started, tell us, what is your name? I'm gonna go for Ulysses. Shh. I know how to spell my... Chicken nugget, biscuit nugget. Sorry. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. The first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock, up and at 'em. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at this prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. I'm still working out voices, okay? Honestly, I just got off work. I'm trying not to stare at the mic when I should be looking at the camera. Everything's difficult right now. I am tired. Look at that biscuit. Oh my god. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Hell yeah. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it.
Good morning, Ulysses. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives?
Actually, I'm...
Because I sure am! Excited, a little nervous, okay, a lot nervous.
What's the...
It's just that. This morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail?
Classic Miriam. Raised by Master Chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. As she should. Master Chef parents should make Master Chef children, obviously. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, because that's a thing, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great.
But with University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up.
A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Ouch. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Let's pep talk her. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? Tarot? I don't know how to say that. What is that word?
The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget.
I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. My eyes aren't closing, I'm just looking down, okay? Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit?
I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own.
What is she doing? And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease.
You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. At least... sexy. Can you believe I cut them myself?
Well, to quote Jacksepticeye, whose video already came out, yes. You can definitely believe it. I can't believe it. No. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground.
Hey!
It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello? Ashley? Oh, no, I gotta find a voice right.
Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave Ulysses' shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins.
You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone.
If anyone here knows what perfect shins looks like, it's us.
We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes.
Ahem, Van.
You rang. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right?
I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now.
Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Whew, I'm about to smack a bitch. Let's go, Miriam.
Psst, see you later, loser!
As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Nasty.
Elsie!
I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you! I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this
Also be a student at this school?
He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob. But I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Ulysses. So, you gonna make me hold this door all day?
Nope!
And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you.
It's just me, and he's kinda cute!
Just you, Miriam. I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium in front of the class. Adorable. Now, quiet down, everyone.
Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL.
Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Bark, woof. Arr.
What is that going on in the back? That's some crazy mathematics shit for, this.
What?
A cute dog is our professor. This is the best stool ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window.
And then he walks in.
You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. That is a phenomenal power. Control the wind and stop time? Wow. It's him! It's...
If it isn't my favorite student,
Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog. Before he can finish his sentence, sorry, I was trying to figure out what was going on there.
please, call me Colonel.
Roy Mustang. No, Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you. And you're not entirely wrong. Fuck. Alright. Enough of that. Can't do that. Oh god, what voice? And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot.
Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates internally.
Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? This implies that it's not normal? That he hasn't always had these weird insults? Besides, when Ulysses sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. You take a moment to clean yourself up. Oh, yes. Besides, when Ulysses... Oh, no. Okay, fine, yes. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot. Hot. Like Tobuscus. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Who is that? Welcome. Welcome to University of Cooking School. Academy for Learning. I'm trying to figure out a voice for him. The greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss...
Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the face tree. Get out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place?
Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me?
You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students, and that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it in here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal! I'm still figuring out voices and Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Besides, based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? I'll give him the chicken snack. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Oh, who could have guessed? Well, I think there might be some competition for a new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm, doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors with them at all times. Yes, obviously, that is exactly what you should do. If you're not doing that right now in your current life, in real life, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. You never know when you're going to have a talking dog teacher. So come on, bring those snacks. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain.
Hey, Ulysses, there's still a seat here!
It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me. If you're interested. 2 good options, but which will you choose? Should I go with the best friend of my life? Or should I go with, the hot new flame? Oh man, I mean, just look at that goatee. Clearly, I have to go with that. I mean, is there any other option in the KFC Dating Simulator? Come on. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best that you can. It's the only way you'll ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement.
Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz! Oh yay, a quiz about me!
That's not what he sounds like.
Oh yay, a quiz about me!
This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharp. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop.
That's right.
God, that was a terrible...
Forest is to tree, as chicken is to feather.
Obvious. Night vision goggles was the right answer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created?
A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, or a spork. I have to go for the spork. I use them all of the time at work. I really do. For like a cup of noodles. Or salad. I think I eat salad like once every 3 months. I'm healthy. It's okay.
What food is best for a broken heart? Anything, as long as it is prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat. What? A pancake that looks like a silly face. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy?
No.
Yes, or, obviously, the clearer option. He is a talking dog that teaches at a culinary school. He is the best boy.
That's right.
Your total score is 5 out of 5. Perfect score.
Wow, be honest. Did you cheat?
No, I didn't cheat. Oh, I didn't cheat.
Don't look at my wrist. I'm kidding. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. How long did it take me to tally 5 points? I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain.
Hot diggity, Ulysses. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. What the fuck happened to my accent?
Jesus, it's just going all over the place. That clock isn't moving, so time is still stopped while he's in here.
Time for lunch! Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at.
It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. Established in 2015. What? A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters.
Do you smell it? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Anything about lunch?
I'm trying to figure out. No, I wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was smoking a lot of weed. Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement.
Hey,
It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But I...
Shush! Lunch!
She said shush. In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch.
That must be the smell I smelled!
Whoa, wrong voice.
That must be the smell I smelled!
Indeed. That smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Here's this! What is he, some sort of thespian? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Whew! There's one good-looking bucket of chicken. Brad's chicken. I almost said steak. Piled high, a huge piece of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy, golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, "Stop
stop thinking and start eating.
For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. It almost doesn't even look like my hand. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What, you think we want your stupid recipe, dude? Nah, my dude. Nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach.
Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something so beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender.
You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent. As she sights closer to Colonel Sanders, she realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the man. If you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hey, whoa. Hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite, and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure acceleration and act unimpressed. He's gone like full Super Saiyan right there. Look at those eyes in his head are like Jesus. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket. I guess it's not a bucket. And sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Or swim toward the light. I want to think more about that Colonel Sanders. Whew. How do you get to be a colonel, and why is he here? The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Along with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wonder if I could talk to you for a second? Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started, and we've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? Oh, you've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use bleep. Well, shit, I clicked.
Bleep. Well, you never would have guessed that.
In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched.
Cocaine.
I'm not supposed to tell you guys, it's bleeped out for the video, but it's cocaine. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world, you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Nag him to show your own strength. What is neg? Nag? Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. I don't think he'll take that well. Be modest, but thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. I keep looking at the fucking mic. I gotta just put the camera there instead. These flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfection. You see, I'm blushing a little bit. Anyway, I appreciate the compliment, Ulysses. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. Well, you'd be wrong. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need.
Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show off our stuff.
I'm trying to do the fucking hand thing that she does. But oh god, I can't do that. It looks like she's doing these, maybe? With like a splayed open hand over here. There we go.
Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we got to show our stuff.
I can't keep it.
Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff? What if I totally blow it?
You're not gonna blow anything, except maybe kisses, to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome students to the cooking arena. For today's lesson we will be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pay it off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is. Me and you. If that wasn't clear. Wanna be my partner? Oh, sure, Ulysses. Up about our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice.
Hello, new partner.
Beep boop brrr.
Oh my, two potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose.
It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Look, I may not like Pop. You may not like Pop, but she thought he was cute. Sorry, Klein, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Pop today. He's probably a little bit more reliable than you anyway. Pop gives a big smile as he steps up to the same station as Miriam.
I'm a chef.
He holds up a banana and, without peeling it, proudly eats the entire thing. It's disconcerting, but Miriam is too kind to act grossed out.
I love your enthusiasm, Pop.
She looks at you like, really? This kid? But it's too late to change your choice now. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Honestly, I've had them. They're amazing. I love mashed potatoes no matter what. Gravy, yeah, I could throw it. Nah, I'm not a huge fan of gravy, but mashed potatoes with lots of fucking salt on them. Good. Then, take a chicken nugget, put it in a biscuit, and dip that in the mashed potatoes. You don't need the barbecue sauce afterwards, but yeah, you know, some people. So, yeah, let's go for the mashed potatoes. You know, I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy! I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly look away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. His voice keeps changing. All of them will.
Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here.
Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? You do. We're just cooking partners. Mind your own damn business, bitch. Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? No.
No. Jeez, Van Van. Well, I'm over here crushing Ulysses' dreams.
You're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van Van. Are we working a quartet instead of a duet now?
Actually, no. It looked like Ulysses was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring.
I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it.
Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense.
Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley's really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. I'm going to turn to Colonel Sanders. I'm sorry, I should have read those options then. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Ulysses as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Ulysses' natural talent or their loyalty. That was like a little bit of Picard in there. At least in my head. I don't know what the hell it sounds like to you guys. But I will eventually. Because I like listening to it as I'm editing it. Anyway. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Oh, fancy, I wish they could do that in real life. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Excuse me. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. I've never called her Granny. Whew. That's some good looking mashed potatoes though. Fuck. Now I really want mashed potatoes. Oh my god, I fucking love mashed potatoes. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. Look at that face. That chiseled jaw. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and leave a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face.
Van, do something quick!
Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by his revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity?
Hold on right there, Ulysses.
We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd better both be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. I'll eat it off her face, sure. Oh god, am I him? I don't want to be him. I don't.
Can I have potato's face?
Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. That's not a covered dish, that's a goddamn axe. Mashed potatoes with gravy. Pathetic. In just a few minutes I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus and my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe. Blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. But it looks like it's been used pretty heavily. I wouldn't want to eat off that battle axe, man. I don't care how fucking clean it is. It's probably murdered somebody.
You've ignored me for too long. This ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy.
The interesting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate.
No, don't wait, that's not this.
No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and me obtained in the process. And the results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven.
I don't.
Feels so good. Fuck, it killed him! Holy shit. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. What? Now it's... I think I changed 3 accents in that one sentence. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self.
Oopsie! Tastes like poison!
Oh my god. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds.
I'm not sure the professors here make enough money.
Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark, more than a little spooky. Honestly, I think it just looks cool. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Neon? Fuck. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know that they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him that you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Ulysses? There's something I need to tell you. Hold on right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Ah, jeez. You see, when I was a young boy, my father took me to the city. I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since I have been working toward that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights. Like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them, like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, You shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that you're cooking literally... are we forgetting that you're cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I am the hero. The Spork Monster. Well, I'm here, you tiny hero. I'm trying to come up with a voice, man. Say. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level.
Aw.
Be afraid. Be very afraid of me. Because I'm a monster. Is he the rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Obviously I'm gonna attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. It just got real! That attack really upsets Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. I will attack again. You decide to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster is really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses on mash mine and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? I attack again. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? I wonder what it'll be. Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 more damage. At this rate, this match will probably be over before this fight is. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utilitensel. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. I'll defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You curl into a ball. I'm not cut out for this. Feeling foremost, Spork Monster prepares for his ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Fire villain. Your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Are you Link? Pot Pie Power Pinch! Oh, look at those muscles. Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy. Finish him! No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. The monster messed with the wrong chef. Attack. You ready your final attack? You will never survive my student dead-alone destruction. Does 10 damage. Spork Monster is completely vaporous. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Ulysses. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's the Necronama Chicken. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have it signed out is Porco. Porco. That name sounds, strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing you to love. Dreams are weird. Oh. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories? Or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Pop!
Like him? Like Like?
I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. I like him. We got to talking after class. He's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3?
Fuck.
Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wear the same hats just because he put on a hat one time and thought it looked cool.
But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Yeah, either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy. Like I am with Colonel Sanders.
You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now?
We definitely connected yesterday.
Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you? I guess.
God, that voice is terrible. Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up.
A secret ingredient?
Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing.
So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering.
This can't be good.
He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own.
Please, Miriam, don't tell me.
So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. It was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I had ever tasted.
I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here.
Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch. You know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices.
Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Cough, fibber, cough.
Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you, or from Colonel Sanders.
What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret, or share it with your bestie? I'll make up a fake ingredient. You could see fake ingredient. I don't know. How about? It was Eye of Newt. I know, it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do?
Eye of Newt? Wow!
Rise right up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel... Jesus fucking Christ. Is he on a goddamn horse? It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. I just have to stand back and admire him. No, I'm gonna run to him. You decide the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movement surprised the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. Oh, shit. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh, who is this? I am here to deliver your message. Not this guy. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I've been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times, And that name is... But before he can continue, you're suddenly awake. Oh, jeez. You wake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of sacred spices, or is that his just natural seasoned musk? Oh, man. Oh, it's a hard choice. I'm not even in for a kiss. Whoa. You've known him for a day. Are you really sure? I guess you must be. You push your arm across and pulled him in for a kiss. But he turns his face and you awkwardly kiss his ear. You can feel him shudder. Too soon. You clearly mistook his compassion for love. Your soul crawls inside of itself and you instantly die of embarrassment. Oh no. Game over. What happens if I hit try again? Oh no. No. Don't send me back to the beginning, please. I see the nuggets in the biscuit. Oh god. It's only back to day 2. I guess I'm just gonna do the full playthrough right now. I know it's like it's a decently long game. I'm just gonna get right back to that moment, alright? So can I just... come on. A lot of talking. Make up a fake ingredient, blah blah blah, I have newt. Oh, this time I will stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh. I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horse of a beauty you have. I mean, what a horse of a beauty. I mean, dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you.
Oh, Ulysses just gets really nervous around people they like.
What? This is not helping.
I mean, they got food poisoning. We're up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it.
She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. Dang it, Miriam! When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals. Ashley and Van are doing something really bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Why don't you make like a bee and bind your own wax, honey?
You immediately dress rivals down for the immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them.
Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules?
I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you.
Being the best chef in the world makes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book! Just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spark Monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van, who hides the book behind his back.
I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret.
You notice they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth.
We're playing a game.
Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class.
Meep meep.
Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. Hey, watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything.
Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp.
No, your mother was a stand mixer. What? Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van, sending him flying across the room. Jesus Christ. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. What?
Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them.
Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant.
She pats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right?
Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I can help you with your business plan.
Just then, Sprinkles raps to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog.
Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn.
Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom.
Without further ado, Viva reveals a global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken.
You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do.
Which is why in 1776, as the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss out on most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, Ulysses.
Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample?
I'll take the pepper. The brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally, you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away.
However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper is triggering an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe.
My friend. Ooh.
This guy? Again?
I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is...
Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat.
It's fine. I'll work through... to fulfill the prophecy. You must...
You find yourself beginning to regain consciousness.
Oh, man.
You come to and find everyone is staring at you.
Oh, God. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever.
You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention.
We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday. Come on, it's time for lunch.
My God, I don't know a lot of learning going on here. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. Well, I kept it on with his voice, but whatever. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. The men step up and tell them, "You're on! A bit of lunchtime competition here. Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it." I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Fool! Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Ulysses. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sports court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Timer ready. Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope it's a message lifts you to victory.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself.
You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. My god, this is some epic music. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100 C. That's right, but how would you have gotten into the school without knowing that?
Vinegar gets to rub my furry belly.
Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11 herbs and spices. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most vigilance? Oh, that's wrong. Oh no, I'm picking you. Get it. I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Oh, next question. Oh jeez, I don't know what I was supposed to say. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his face and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time. So where does it come from? A small town where the... That's right, this is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. You're trying to shut out the noise under your ear and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. What? Don't make me get the spray bottle. Oh god, you know, it's Colonel saying, I believe in you, you listeners. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching makes me totally forget what I'm doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill it up? Here's Janet on it, with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. You and girls... what happened? Woof, woof. You're going to keep up. And actually, there's already been plating elements of her dish. It's colorful. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a sandwich as you do the crowd cast.
Yikes. I know, you'll have nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch.
You might not have any hands.
You might not have any hands, but Ulysses does. And a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed.
There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand in and make sure to rescue dough before it's overmixed.
Ulysses, no!
But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shake his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much more difficult.
Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over.
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
Sweetheart, look at your hands. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too... Here I am. Completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two, on account of Ulysses' injury. You see, Sprinkles began to lick his doggy chops as he walks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you've prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Ulysses to do that on it, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you won't mind lending me a strong, steady hand.
Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop of a slice of honeycomb, ice cream, 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not as impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, isn't it, Ashley?
Oh, you.
As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his lips. I'll internalize rage for now. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes, they burst into flame. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn ash, and then they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not built to fill your fryer. I'm never going to be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths, and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving me the best that I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past missed needs.
Yay!
Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster.
Gorko, the spokesman, is here to fight a hero. Is that what feeling a bit of deja vu?
I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night.
That was Gorko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge him.
Are you stronger than Borko?
Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask?
Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would.
I think what Ulysses is saying is, can't we just be friends?
Life is too short for making enemies.
I suppose we really don't need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws.
All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all?
Of course I do.
Inspiration strikes, and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth, and he devours it in one gulp.
Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today.
I don't believe it. You were human once?
Well, no, I was a chihuahua. But I was still a student at the school, until one day some mean kid with a magic spell put cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spell book,
Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. Your powerful servants shouldn't rely on such dark and evil matter. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would take them to sorcery and guile.
Guile?
If you need me, don't fear, I will be there.
It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Ulysses. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Ulysses, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway, and we can discuss. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Chicken. Oh, I've seen that picture. Like, that's an actual picture of the actual dude. These are based on the real dude. That's fucking weird. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you are. Should you reveal your new creation to keep him, or keep it a secret? I'll reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in headfirst. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. This shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure. Why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap an item to discover more about the Colonel. Obviously, you notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." You take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then the ghost of a student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. That's such a dick. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As you turn the dial, 1111, the safe opens. Inside, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure those must be the Colonel Sanders himself. If your little baby people have sideburns, they've got to grow them when they're older. If your little baby already has sideburns, that's awesome, don't be concerned. That, or maybe it's a drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably same helpers who make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? This photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. And that's where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. What? No? That's not an accurate description at all. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Find a row of his... Sorry. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging with it. You take one off his hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you, why are you wearing his jacket? I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, It does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide now that your mom make it. You tell him you're cold. You fuss up and tell the truth. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! You confess. I think that I've developed feelings for it. That's not what I meant at all, but okay. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. You start. Colonel? Yes, Ulysses? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! I know it's not like who's yeah. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Stay the night. Yeah. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that can change the rest of your life. This is day 3. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. My mouth is watering already just looking at him. Goddamn, I keep looking at the goddamn mic. It's right here. Hey, goddamn. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's ridiculous. That looks amazing. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous! My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? I'm gonna flatter him. You know, I think we make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, sir, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school, after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been?
Because I had one heck of a night! I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just...
But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Sure, but...
You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date!
Don't pay attention to that. I think I can believe that.
Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house. But things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did she just say shush house? That's a thing people just say? What is that even referring to? I was thinking that myself.
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
And you don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him.
You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
My swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles are the dog and your treat.
Oh, you can get your swirly dipped, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school.
There was that horse, Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You've got some nerve, Ulysses. Wait, was that me? I thought it was her. You've got some nerve, Ulysses. Suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever! Colonel Sanders arrived just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Ulysses, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Fucking, I got caught in a fucking blender, dude. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Bitch.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive.
What is he doing complimenting her?
But what about the flavor of my
Delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce.
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say.
It was bland.
Excuse me, Ulysses. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel?
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Ulysses.
Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance.
Man, that irks me. How dare he compliment her?
In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa! That's the book? It looks like bad news!
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire. But I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
Literally anybody? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That is way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger?
Okay, fine. It is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory-erasing spell sitting right by, and a pretty good excuse to try it out.
Oh, God, what do I do? Oh, no, bird.
Don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. I can't forget about him. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. That's fine. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement.
I want you all to know I feel something of a dog movement coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of.
His keen little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry, reaching for some more homework. As a snake, dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. I'll wait to see what happens. I don't want to. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs out the window of the girl's room. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel, saying,
Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you, Terrence!
Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. Squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence?
You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again!
After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt, but not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone.
I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up a very important point. Thank you, Ulysses, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see? But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room.
I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you.
We went on one date, Pop. How can you miss me when I'm right here?
Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam.
Every time I blink, you'll go away again.
That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop?
I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me.
I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in.
Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house.
Pop, we went on one date. We're over.
And it meant so much to me that I made this for you.
Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Fellas, that's for unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam, TM. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you fall in the very... See you fall in the very... See you all in the... Words. I'm great. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay?
Okay, I'm so bad I could smash a tiny bug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up. Imagine the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not going to settle upon Colonel Sanders Stallion and ride off in the sunset without me?
Of course not. Well, maybe, sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup.
And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you're pep talking, Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off Van the supposed madman, and his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Ulysses' famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Ulysses, what are you doing here? There's still time before the exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decided this time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when... the oven timer goes off behind you? I think I'll fess up. Honestly, I'm just a... Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew I was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules.
There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got.
You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over to the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes, per the usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big by going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. This intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. What? Egg wash! Miriam fiercely injects ingredients into itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend Buster Blaster!
Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll! That was a terrible name. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed.
So, personality spatula!
Even Clank gets in on it.
5-down pressure point chicken cooking technique!
Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English?
It's a singularity.
As foretold. We mustn't let that happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all!
Self-destruct!
Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. Well, that's one guy out. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this time and fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil? No, I'm going to do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. That's a blink. See? Blink. The blink, not a wink. I believe in you, Ulysses. Miriam notices too.
I've always believed in you, Ulysses, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever!
You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking?
Tiny food, short cook time, actually already done, so I thought I'd help you!
Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
It's a secret ingredient!
However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get I Have Nude from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
This is Steve the Sport Monster.
Steve? Wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We Sport Monsters are many. I think Gorko has a day off. But you have gone to Steve, and I hate to battle. So I say you're doing pretty alright.
Oh, hey, you're in the middle of cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I just, hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Sport Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to.
Right, so got some magical items and accidentally summoned me,
Yeah, I guess that's right. If you're here, would you mind touching some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
Or for a top chef, actually, when I was just a little sport pup back in my old country.
You can feel the sport monster whining up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
Oh, I understand. Kind of like the time in monster school that I fell asleep during scare tactics, and then when I woke up.
He tosses a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint.
Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck.
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself. Yeah, obviously.
I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win!
Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary orange energy flows through your body. It's not working.
Alright.
My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for.
Yes, Ulysses. You are the chosen one. You will avenge me.
Honestly, I thought his name was going to be Steve and then he was the one coming back. I don't know. Weird. Like this weird spot here. I don't know what it is.
The power you had been summoning immediately fades back out.
What? You interrupted my inspiring monologue.
Sorry.
My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know, at this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up your chicken pot pie, overcooked in the oven and can't be served. Don't worry, dear Ulysses, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. I don't know why he sounds like that. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time's almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What happened to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart.
What? Guy! God damn, he's like Keanu Reeves up in here.
Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces we can form the perfect food union?
Time's up, students.
With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for.
You must now prepare to present your dishes.
A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
It seems we are missing some students. Pop? Clank?
From off screen you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
I'm flying!
It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there.
Miriam, would you mind?
Inside the closet you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants.
Pop, get down from there right now!
Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
That's not his voice.
Perfect. When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
That's still not his voice, but whatever.
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure.
You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the first prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature whir beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none.
Somehow we must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester.
Wow, 3 whole days long.
But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, please describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and a very savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. It's that teeny tiny narutomaki I spy float in this itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, chef! Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just a tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Oh, sublime. Would anyone else like a taste?
Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it looked much, I mean, it's less than a thimble's worth of soup. A plus. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug.
Thank you, Ulysses, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van,
You're up. Now, describe your dish.
perfect. I made uni a smooth egg custard in an action urchin shell topped with caviar.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly... that's... absolute perfection. That's exactly why I did it. I bet much is a kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Please, be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all he is. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded.
Ow! Ouch!
What's his voice? Ouch, my tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue.
Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into that night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. As this isn't the last of you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to spit its table. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight and a light rose water syrup topped with a French meringue and connected by sugar glass.
It's very impressive.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school?
Got toast in your ears or something? Ulysses? I told you, it's a display piece.
Actually, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition.
At a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. And did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to a college of eating, school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insist it, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you.
And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone.
This isn't the last of you. I keep fucking up the voices. It's like 2 in the morning, okay?
Jeez, I've been recording for 2 hours.
This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together.
2 chefs?
What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays.
Just when I thought I've seen everything in the kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. What? You pass, and you pass, and you pass, and you get a pass!
I like the references in this. This is great. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment: to get the groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? I mean, he's only 7 years old. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. Jesus Christ. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting.
No ghost allows this exaggeration. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws.
It was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together.
Oh, and now that everyone is together.
It's a sport monster.
It's a sport monster. He was totally mellowed out.
Everyone, sport monster is no more. From here on, I prefer everyone refer to by my new name, Party Monster.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the bunk. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown?
Welcome back, Pop. I knew you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean.
Now I get it.
And we got a new wing at the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of Chancellor of such and such.
Miriam, will you be my lady king?
What an incredible turn of events, and offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You get to be a princess, or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but anyway, crowns and gowns, baby.
I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. And now at least, I've got so much to do with my life.
A twist on a twist.
What a twist. So many more three-year universities to attend. So many tiny foots meticulously sculpted and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze.
Okie doke.
The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking, electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance.
Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth.
Well, he's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank. I'm not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension.
What? What?
I actually feel like I knew this the whole time.
Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return.
A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. You can tell by the flowers. Oh shit. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it is not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people how to go out and buy my chicken. The end?
No, it's not the end.
As everyone feasts on the delicious chicken dinner. Winner chicken dinner, eh? Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Ulysses? What are you doing, sitting all alone? Oh, I'm just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. Wanda, why don't you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Ulysses. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Wow. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who'll help you run your other restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of it? Will you be able to endure sharing with his other love? The life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll in pastry school? Oh, my dear Ulysses, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. Along the way, you will have me by your side. The end! Is that actually the end? Oh my god. KFC presents. Oh my god, is it just gonna... Oh man. This is easily the longest video I've ever recorded. I think it's actually the 100th episode too. Crazy. I find it hard to believe that I uploaded 100 videos all. I haven't been doing this for very long, since July. So, I've got 33 subscribers now, and I've been able to get in contact with some really cool people, including, Soph Radio podcast host Nathan Caperser and community manager of Satisfactory, Jace Jamballs. And I look forward to getting in contact with many more people. And honestly, this has just turned out so amazingly. And thank you all so much for sticking with my channel, even for just a small part. And I can't wait to see what this channel could possibly become. I still plan on uploading every day. One big thing this winter, I've got 12 days off in a row, and I plan on beating the current Guinness Book of World Records longest Minecraft stream. It was only like 35 hours. I think I can do it. Now, the main reason that I think people haven't done it yet is because the man who recently beat it, I guess, back in, I think it was like 2016, did it for a specific charity, and that is phenomenal. And I plan on doing mine for a charity too, but we'll see how that goes. That's why I'd like for you to build up the hype now. There's no exactly set date yet. I'll clarify that as we go on, because it's going to be in December. But I would like to make sure that you know that I'm going to be doing my best to donate it to Mission 22, which is an absolutely phenomenal... goddamn, I keep saying it's an absolutely phenomenal service that helps veterans who are suicidal or have become homeless, and many other things. Because and the 22, it comes from the fact that 22 veterans kill themselves every day. That is an incredibly depressing number. It should be 0 suicides in general, let alone, the people who have helped give us our freedom for this country. And it means a lot to me because I made an attempt to go into the Marine Corps myself. I spent 2 months in basic training before being sent home for a medical issue. But there are a lot of people who go into the military and it doesn't pan out for them, or things just go incredibly wrong, and they suffer extreme mental anguish. So please, even if you don't donate during the stream or whatever, donate to Mission 22. Alright? That's all I can ask for. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Have a good one.